Hi, thank you so much for watching these quick tips on creating a better pitch. I want you to do these 3 things at networking events, and I can promise you, you're going to see a more responsive person standing right in front of you with a genuine interest in what it is that you do. Now, at the end of the video, I'm also saving a special bonus, so stay tuned for that, but for now, let's just get straight into the tips. Tip number 1, keep it simple. Do not get too creative, all right? People need to know what you do. If you sell cars, just say that. You don't have to say that you provide residential transportation solutions to people who need to travel great distances, okay? Yes, we want you to be memorable and unique. Yes, we want you to leave an impact. But there are other ways to leave a positive impression. And if you do it correctly, that impression is going to be the listener wanting to meet you later or refer somebody to you, not talk about you at the bar as that crazy person that didn't make any sense that day. People need something that they can psychologically latch onto in order to ask you the right questions. When you get overly creative or you try to glamify your position in your business, then what happens is people don't know what questions to ask you other than what is that? And then you've got to go back to the basics anyway, and you've wasted valuable time, and that's if you're lucky. Most people are just going to walk away, or even worse, give you that proverbial polite response. Oh, that's nice, and then just leave. Tip number 2, be specific on your target market. Don't try to be all things to all people, because the human brain can't process things like everyone or anyone or always. I get it, by the way. You could have a service that everybody in the world would benefit from, but just because everybody should use your product or service doesn't mean that everybody will. You know, in the world of pitching, the old cliche has never been more true that if you try being all things to all people, you'll end up becoming nothing to no one. So if your business can be used by everyone, instead ask yourself who would be your favorite customers, or who would purchase your products easier or faster or sooner, or who would in the world be the most likely to refer people to you. Hone in on that target audience, and you're going to be a lot more effective with regard to getting referrals or hitting your target audience. So for example, let's say you're a dentist, and everybody obviously could benefit from dental care. But when somebody asks you who is your target client, don't say everyone. Instead, say something like, business owners that are suffering from a toothache, or employees that have missing teeth. Those kind of specific targets create images in the minds of your consumer, and you're more likely to get a referral from them, or you're more likely to have them stimulate in their brain somebody that they could refer to you. Which, by the way, leads me to tip number 3. As best you can, avoid using empty phrases that don't create specific images in the listener's mind. And instead, use language that creates perfectly clear images. And there's 2 main reasons why this is so important. First, specific images assist the listener in paying attention, and generic phrases put their brains asleep. They stop paying attention. The human brain dedicates approximately 65% of the brain power to the visual cortex, imagining, remembering, creating pictures. And if you aren't using words that create those images, basically you're putting 65% of the person's brain asleep. The other reason is if you don't control the picture in the minds of the listener, they're free to create whatever images, and those may not reflect the value of your product or service. I'll give you a great example that I hear all the time in the advising or the consulting profession. So here's a terrible pitch. I help you take your business to the next level. What the heck is the next level? And what the heck is the current level, right? So here's the thing. If you think about taking your business to the next level, I'm guessing you don't actually have a clearly specific image. And if you do, well, what's even worse about that is that I don't know what that image is, and then I can't control the value. It would be far better of a pitch if you could control that image as best as possible. So instead of saying something lame like, I help you take your businesses to the next level, you could say something like this. I help you leave work at 5 p.m. every day. Knowing that your pipeline is filled with highly qualified clients, all your bills are paid, and most importantly, you have at any given time at least 6 figures of financial reserves in the bank at all times. So when you do go home, you can connect and be with and be present with the ones that you love. Now that's a lot more specific, right? Those are very clear images. I may not know the person you're thinking about at home. I may not know what your profession is, but I've created very specific images regardless that have a far more accurate value that I'm trying to sell to. All right, I hope you enjoyed those 3 quick tips, and remember, I said that I had a special bonus for you. Well, here it is. My goal by the end of this video is to have you realize that I don't waste your time with fluff, but instead I give you tangible, valuable tips that you can put into practice immediately. And if I've done that, then I'd like to share with you 3 bonus tips that will also help you perfect and refine your pitch even further. So here's what the 3 bonus tips are going to share. You see, I've been conducting pitching contests at my live events for years. And in every single instance where we finally get the finalist up on stage and the audience compares their pitch to the one that got up on stage, there are always 4 very specific traits that every winner has. Now, I've already shared with you what one of those components is, and that's specificity in your pitch. But there's 3 others that if you have them present, you're more apt to have that person ask you for your contact details or schedule in a follow-up meeting or give a referral. And here's what you have to do to get those bonus tips. It's very easy. Just place your name and email address below, and I'm going to send you these 3 bonus tips right away. By the way, I'm Topher Morrison. I'm the Managing Director for Key Person of Influence. We're a growth accelerator based out of Tampa, Florida, and the reason that I want to share these tips with you is very simple. I see business owners all the time presenting their companies at networking events, and they're literally leaving money on the table because they haven't taken the time to find out just what makes a pitch perfect. And I want to change that. These 3 bonus tips are going to be great for you if you've ever had to present your company to a group of professionals that could one day become your customers or maybe even refer you new business. And all you have to do is just check your inbox for the tips. Now, here's all I ask in return. Please give me your real email address and your real name. You know what? Not some fake address that you use to get free crap. Because this isn't free crap. This is good, valuable information. I've taken time to create valuable and real life tips, and all I ask in return is that you kind of keep it real with me as well. I think that sounds fair, yeah? So all you have to do is enter in your real name and your real email address, and I will instantly send you a link to watch the 3 bonus videos. Thank you so much. Now, go ahead and enter your email and your name now, and we will see you on the other side.